I'm lost in darkness, searching for light. Every step forward feels like a fight. Shadows of doubt creep in my mind, but I refuse to surrender. I must find a way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. The weight of the world crushes me down. Fear and uncertainty all around. But I deep find inner strength and face the trials length by length. A way to rise above the pain, to overcome, to break the chains. My existence is a test of will. I won't be broken, I'll stand still. Through every storm, I'll find my way. Through every night, a brighter day. I'll rise from ashes, like a phoenix born. My spirit unbroken, my heart reborn.
What up, everybody? It's John Escudero. I'm here with the boys, Nick, Greg. Hey, that DirtSheetRadio theme song has become iconic for us. We've been using it since day one. That might be the last time we hear it.
Ooh, that's a
Might be
huge
It's a big
changing of the
change.
guard right there. But is this Lord of the Fighter Rise Up?
It is. It's the other side of the coin.
The other one.
This Lord of the Fighter series is actually now available on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube Music. It's my wife's work of art that she has so kindly allowed me to use. Yeah. That's DirtSheetRadio, man.
All right, it's been fun. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you. Goodbye, everyone.
That's how we end the last time using the OG theme song.
Yeah, we're here to talk about the last 7 days of professional wrestling. That's what we do. DirtSheetRadio, Pro Wrestling Newscast. Nick, hey, say hi to the people who are listening on audio form.
Hey, everyone listening on audio form. It is your boy, Nick LaRocco, joined, of course, alongside my boys, the fellow originals of Dirt Sheet Radio. And we, for those of you who are unaware, are just coming off of like a whole 2+ hour stream. So we are pretty much the Ric Flair, Ricky Steamboat, Barry Windham's of podcasting of pro wrestling.
We did. We literally just did a 2-hour doubleheader stream for AEW and NXT's head-to-head show. And now we are... hitting it again.
6 days a week, twice on Sunday.
We work hard here, DirtSheetRadio motherfuckers. Don't
Get those
ever accuse
Broadways.
us of anything different. Greg, say hi to everyone.
Hi, everyone.
That's great.
Woo!
It's your audio sample.
Yeah, great.
Now you know what he sounds like. Now, man, we're here. It took so long to do the other stream that I didn't have a chance to collect this week's news. So we're kind of free balling. My balls
Done
are
that
hanging.
before.
Cause I'm
Yeah.
free.
We are.
Ball it.
Free ball. That's perfect.
Musical layup, yes.
I love you,
As we
gentlemen.
do it, every time, every week, folks.
I was my boy, you know the guy, Tyler. He's our host.
That guy.
You might know the guy. He is
Pro
our
wrestling
NXT,
hipster.
the pro wrestling hipster. He hosts NXT post show rewind, Raw post show rewind, WWE pay per view post show rewinds. He let me know that today, if you're watching on Tuesday or Thursday, excuse me, it's been a long fucking week.
Another one of those tea days.
If you're listening or watching on November 7th, then it has almost been a year since we started our expansion into video streams, and I think it's been successful. It certainly
The
has.
originals and the new breed collaborating.
We did. This was like the first time, I think. No, I think we've had Greg on before.
We all did WrestleMania, didn't we?
We did do WrestleMania. That's right. That was a big one.
It
But
was like
it's
7
been
or 8
fun.
of us at once.
It was hard to talk.
This recent one was much smoother.
I think we've got it. We've fallen into a pattern.
Yeah.
We've gotten a lot of viewers on Facebook. YouTube, not so much, which is fucked up because people see streams and they're like, "Oh man, it's YouTube. You don't got a lot of views on YouTube." I'm like, "No, come to the look at the Facebook. It's thousands of us over here. I swear it." And you have to kind of convince them to do that. But that's the one thing about DirtSheet Radio that kind of sucks. It's like, "Hi, I have this thing. It's got all these followers," and I'm like, "But don't look at the YouTube." The Facebook, the Twitter, even the Instagram is growing at a fucking crazy rate. They finally let me get the blue check, which I was like, I thought you can just get this. But again, you have to wait, and you have to use Instagram a certain amount of times a day. Like they said the customer service agent said something like 3 times a day. But so if you're looking to monetize your Instagram someday, you have to use it 3 times a day at least. And getting a blue check doesn't monetize it for you. It actually still isn't paying. So you still have to keep going, keep working at it. I
Don't
promise.
even get started on threads.
Oh. All right. But thank you guys for supporting us this far. We love you all. Each and every one of you. But yeah, let's talk about some pro wrestling news and rumors. I'm probably just gonna use Fightful maybe this week.
Ooh, shout out to Fightful.
Pull up Fightful. I'm gonna pull up the Wrestling Observer F4W online, if you will. If you will. You know what's fucked up? I have Mac's login on my phone, but not on the computer, and I have no time to look it up. We should send Mac a link. I feel like he's gonna be like, "What the fuck happened?" Like, what? You guys didn't
That's
tell
true.
me.
Usually he messages us. I haven't
He
gotten a
did.
message
He
yet.
did. I feel like he might be mad. Like, "Hey guys, what the fuck? You don't want me on?"
I'll send it.
We love you, Mac. Trust us. But yeah, one of the things that came up tonight, or November 6th, was on AEW Dynamite. Malachi Black and Adam Cole had a match, which honestly, match was ass. It sucked.
Was it just yeah? I was
I'd
paying
say-
attention to the NXT stream.
Lucky you. No, I'm kidding. It was a good AEW Dynamite as a whole.
It
But
did eventually, like they hit some sort of connection, got their second wind, and then I think things started to really pick up in like the last third of the match. But it was too little, too late. I mean,
It
by that
just-
point, you don't care anymore.
You know, I didn't like that he kicked out of the Black Mass. You know, I don't think I like this Adam Cole storyline at all.
That's the biggest thing. I've heard so many people are just like, I'm so unsatisfied with the Adam Cole stuff lately.
I'm starting to think Adam Cole and AEW has just been unsatisfying the
true.
entire.
I like the fucking MJF Adam Cole stuff. Literally up until the goddamn ankle. Like everything up until the ankle. Yeah, it's like, damn.
Who told him to jump off the ramp like that?
Oh, it's like it's a horrible fate thing. Like, and you must spend your whole life thinking like, what if I didn't? What if I had slowly climbed down? But No, it's the way they did this story. Like, oh, you have to beat the three guys. If Roddy or you, like, what the fuck is going on? That's not a story. Like, I hate to sound like one of those WWE guys, but I'm an AEW guys. I feel like I can say this about AEW. I'm allowed. You're not.
It's our company.
It's mine. I'm John Kahn. And I
John Kahn.
John Kahn.
You just open the doors. People are gonna start calling you that in the comments.
Fuck.
It's one of those things where it's just like, yeah, it's we're putting obstacles in front of the baby face for the baby face to, scale over and whatnot. But there's not much. There's certainly little to no character stuff happening. It's just like, well, Adam Cole and Roderick Strong, I guess, are gonna win these 3 matches. Like, unless they've got some much more interesting, I for want of a better term, swerve or whatever coming up. Like,
it sucks that they went back to the MJF thing.
Right. It's so weird because you'd think that like someone with a world title would put some crazy obstacles before you. MJF doesn't have a single championship right now. He's literally just putting obstacles there just to get a singles pay-per-view match for no reason. And then now they want to make it like the triple threat, of course, but it's just like there's no real necessary stakes here. It's not like they're going to get the ring. It's not like he's going to give them $100,000 or the services of the tank Duke Davis.
Why is he a prize? Like, why is MJF
because
a
Nick
prize?
wants to put him because Nick wants to put Duke Davis over.
Every single chance I get, that man stole the show for me.
They should put Duke Davis on the line then.
John, I was thinking how you call yourself John Con. I don't think I'm allowed to say Nick Con.
Oh shit!
Oh no!
Damn, that works.
But yeah, like there's not much going on to it. I agree. They probably shouldn't have even gone back to it. This show also just constantly reminds me of like the weirdness about the way that show is in story, the way that show is run, where it's just like Tony Khan has no opinion on the doings of bad men or forcing MJF to wrestle despite the fact that he isn't a contracted wrestler.
It's like, that's not my business. Wait, you run this as a storyline character anyway. But
it's absolutely your business, sir. Like you make the heels. I'm the first to be like, some of the old things worked because they were simple. And John talked the other day about making old things new again. To sometimes is exactly what revolutionizing the industry means. The entire point was the heel did a bad thing, and the company was trying to fucking rectify the bad thing the heel did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you see,
Tony
Greg.
Khan is just like, bad things are great things.
Greg, you gotta understand. Since Bryan Danielson's murder, they don't have anyone heading the disciplinary committee.
That's true. They kill people on this show, Greg. They killed Bryan Danielson.
So.
They killed Chuck Taylor. You can't.
Chuck Taylor hadn't been alive in years.
Yeah, but then he really died. Yeah, you can't really. I expect the character of Tony Khan just he does approve of these things, kind of like the way Vince used to let people like chop fucking wieners all. Like, it's
remember when Jay White stole the championship belt and no one forced him to give it back?
There's nothing you can do about it, actually.
Until he got jumped by the masked men.
But yeah, what I was gonna say was after the match, Adam Cole and Malachi Black did a little hug, curtain call, a thingy, and then everyone was like, that's
Malachi
that's
leaving through the face tunnel.
He doesn't, and Malachi Black doesn't really take losses either. So the fact that he took an L here was like
cleanly.
And so the report came out afterwards that while in 2022, Tony Khan had said that AEW was oh goodness, AEW had Malachi Black signed down from 2022 on 5 more years after that, so 2027. Now there's people backstage that are telling Fightful Malachi Black's contract comes up end of 2024 or early 2025, unless AEW exercises an option.
Ah, yes, the company option. Gotta love those.
Oh, fucking.
Not
So,
controversial at all.
so it's possible. It's possible, though. Malachi Black's friend, um, Justin Wang, the YouTube guy, he says that he was just talking to Malachi and that he's not going anywhere. He's not injured, and there's nothing wrong with him. So, you know, we'll see. We'll see.
Sometimes I wish wrestler contracts were more like publicly released the way you have athlete contracts these days. It was like, oh, Malachi Black's on year 5. It's a free agent year. What's he gonna do?
Which is funny because, like, I'm just thinking right now. I was going over with some friends and my significant other the ability to look at the free agency contracts for esports with like League of Legends and everything like that.
Okay.
So, thinking
I forget
about
those kids are contracted to these teams.
no, exactly.
That's
and
really
even look
cool,
at
man.
the
It's really
T1
cool.
who just won the world championship. They have 4 of the 5 players, not counting Faker, who are going to be going into free agency, even though they just became the world champions.
Mhm.
Mac is in the
Uso.
comments. Thank you for joining us, Mac. He said Malachi Uso. Listen, I think if Malachi Black doesn't want to be in AEW, don't extend the option. Get him the fuck out of here. Then it's hard to get him to do jobs if allegedly.
John has had a lot of
That's a
internal
conspiracy.
issues with a lot of these quote TV stars that came over and don't actually want to help.
It's so sad for me, but because I believed in these guys. I was like, oh yes, like you didn't have the opportunity, so you went somewhere else and you can make the opportunity. And instead they just sat there with their hands out. You fucking losers. Like you absolute losers. This is so disappointing to me as a fan. I was rooting for you. You went to a
Sure.
place where you can be a wrestler again, where you can be an artist and they gave you canvas and you can paint on it. And there might be a fucking guy telling you, well, maybe paint something over here, but you're painting. Like
Yeah.
somebody didn't hand you a coloring book and tell you paint within these lines. They gave you an empty canvas.
Yes.
Like-
And we've watched it happen, right? Because like we're watching guys who went over there. It's obviously not AEW, but like we watched Christian go to TNA and make himself the main eventer that people and himself believed he could be. Right? Like that was the point of going to the other place. Sometimes you watched who else got to go over there and sort of like prove that they were more than they were. I guess Jeff Hardy got to be on top there, right? Because WWE never really let it happen.
Till he fucked that up.
He did fuck it up, but I'm that's neither here
Hunter,
nor there.
Hunter Iggy says Ricky Starks and Wardlow too. I will say Ricky Starks more than Wardlow. And I'm just talking shit, right? We don't notice that this is a fact. Let's just preface that before somebody clicks in and says, this is what they said about you. Well, it's what it looks like, actually, to us outside. So fuck you for hating us for looking at what it is. It looks like Ricky Starks be sitting there with his fucking hands out too. But we also said we've also fucking noticed that like maybe the company didn't really ever know what to do with Ricky. Like it always felt like we've got other things going on and Ricky isn't the priority. It's always felt like that. I feel like even when they gave him accolades, like, oh, he's the FTW champion, it was like a secondary thing. Okay, there was a cool him versus Brian Cage. The only reason he got it was because they wanted to give him a moment in Austin after the pandemic, and then it was like, back of the line.
Yeah, he always felt like he was that Cody signing, and it's like, well, we gotta give him something because that was Cody's guy, and then it became the thing where now he's one of Punk's guys on Collision. It's like, oh, Punk did that thing he does best, so now he's gone.
Well, here's the other side of that coin, right? Then you look at Eddie Kingston. He had the same bag that Ricky Starks got. The same out of the way opportunities. Like, okay, we need somebody now with the Moxley thing. This is great. But before that, it was like, he's a great guy in the card, but he's not a priority. We'll fit in where we can, if we can. Made the most of the opportunities and made himself integral part of the show. So I don't know. It works for some people. It doesn't work for others. I just feel like with the TV stars in specific, like Greg mentioned, Those motherfuckers, man. They came here expecting it to be done for them, and because it wasn't, they didn't figure it out, and now they're crying or sitting home, and they disappoint me. Yeah, so send him back to WWE and let him have his.
To answer Mac's question about whether or not Ricky is taking other bookings, according to Cage Match, Ricky's last match was on May 31st for Big Time Wrestling. Other than that, he had a match on Collision when he was tag champs with Big Bill, and that was on March 30th of 2024.
March
The DCW match was against QT Marshall.
And when was this in May?
May 31st.
5/31, May 31st, yeah.
Jesus, he's taking the whole summer off, and probably got paid for it too. That's the thing that it's crazy.
You can't blame him on that one. Who wouldn't?
Max says he's wrestling at a show coming up. Hunter said something about Tony Khan signing a contract. Well, all the contracts say they can't go to WWE. Well, no, I guess it wouldn't be a contract thing. It's just that if you're going to work Forbidden Door, we want to be sure that you're not leaving tomorrow. even though the Stephanie Vicor thing is like, CMLL didn't know. They didn't know she was leaving. It's not AEW's fault that CMLL's contracts are fucking made of toilet paper.
Listen, the Vicur thing isn't even the worst one. Didn't they give a belt to Dragon Lee, who said he was going to the WWE that fucking night?
Yeah, in AAA. No, they didn't give him a belt. They sent FTR to AAA to put over Dragon Lee, and I forgot who he was teaming with, and to lose the AAA Tag Team Championships, and then they immediately announced like they're going to WWE. It was like, what the fuck? Why did you let that happen?
Like, thanks for these nice shiny belts. By the way, I'm leaving. Fuck off.
Do you guys remember when Dragon Lee's like brief time in AEW and like he randomly is getting jumped off camera by like Roosh and it was like Andrade and they unmask him, but they make like no deal about this? You just kind of see it in the background as they're like panning over the audience.
There's a lot of issues, man. But I like it. It's rough, it's rugged. This is the way I enjoy it. It's pro wrestling, being pro wrestling. That's why I like it. But anyway, the Malachi Black thing had come up this evening, and I wanted to talk about that. We had Mark Davis come back. He's cleared too. That's cool. I was wondering how this is
another beards versus clean shavens, Nick.
As it be. We also had reports of Netflix requesting specific stars for Raw. That was what they wanted: Cody, they wanted Punk, they wanted Roman. These are like
they wanted all the big ones,
all your draws.
Can we get every single draw, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, and I guess it makes sense that if they're asking for specific stars, then there probably is still going to be some kind of brand split, right?
Yeah.
So
but don't you want Cedric Alexander?
We'll also take Rey Mysterio. We'll take Randy Orton.
Wouldn't you like?
So I don't know. I don't know if they're going to be getting.
Final run.
I don't know if they're going to be getting all of those people. I feel like if they transferred the Bloodline or Cody over to Raw, then you wouldn't get fucking CM Punk too. I don't think that. I think it's too much. Like, come on. CM Punk goes to SmackDown then. That's just the way it is.
We'll also take The Rock.
Things will never be the same.
Well, if they take Cody, then they get The Rock. And I feel
It's
like
strategy.
Yeah, I think the Cody, The Rock, and Roman right now are one story, and it will ever get. And I think Raw is going to get them. The Rock has been he has mentioned that he's going to be on the Raw, but obviously the first Raw on Netflix is probably going to be like a pay-per-view-esque event, so
Star-studded.
that won't count. But like, oh gosh, Greg, you got to move that mic away from the fucking prep stream.
So have Booker T, come out of retirement, have him wrestle here too.
Jesus. But yeah, I imagine The Rock is going to be on Netflix because he was such a big part of negotiations, and he's not just The Rock, man. He's on the board of directors. So they're not getting punked though. I don't think so. we were talking about Eddie Kingston too. Fightful was saying that he is not expected back until spring summer 2025.
Jeez.
Gee, fuck. Oh shit. So he had broke his leg. Did we know this? We probably talked about it and I forgot. But we know he broke his leg. We knew he broke his leg in the Gabe Kidd match. But then when they were fixing the leg, they also found out that he tore his ACL and his meniscus.
Jeez.
Eddie Kingston.
Good thing he's not a horse.
Yes. Okay, yeah, this is when he lost the whole knee.
Yeah, because he broke the leg when we saw that on screen. But
there's a lot of athletes who don't come back from stuff like that.
Torn ACL and meniscus. And yeah, he did have to undergo surgery, obviously. And then he won't be back until fucking spring, summer 2025. God damn. We talked about
that too. There might be a slight style change, even subconsciously.
Yeah, like granted, he's always been kind of a brawler, and you can get a long way on that. But
right,
he's
been getting a little too physical in that Continental Classic.
Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna have another Eddie Kingston Continental Classic run, but we got the Continental Classic coming up though. It's gonna be interesting. We got Okada in that motherfucker. So that's what I've been waiting for.
So what is the nature? What is the nature of that now?
He's put it on the line like Eddie Kingston did with the Ring of Honor title that he had last year when he put it on the line, and the New Japan Strong Belt, I think, where you put them in the whatever you call the thing where you put the bet money. I forgot.
The
pot? You put it in the pot?
In the pot, yeah. So would that make him no longer champion? Would that make it a second reign?
I think he retains the title, right? If he wins the it's like you don't get any money, which kind of sucks, right? Like you putting my shit on the line.
It's part of the prize pool.
I don't get anything in return. Can I get a second reign? Like, can we call me 2-time? Please. That actually would make sense though, right? Because you were the Continental Champion twice. You won.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, but no, you're not. You didn't win the fucking first time. Eddie Kingston won it. You'd have to actually win it twice.
Well, that's the weird thing, right? Because like, did we have to sort of imply that there is absolutely a difference between quote being the tournament champion and being the Continental Champion, which is kind of weird.
I don't think that, because then it's like, I mean.
In the promo too, they were kind of making it sound like he won the Continental Classic.
We'll see, because it doesn't work like a sports title, right? Like the World Series, like you can lose it in the middle of the year. Like, so I don't know if it's a new reign just because you won the tournament. I think it just continues. But there should probably be
I'd say this counts as more of like a defense if he wins it, whereas if anyone else does, then it's they get the reign.
I want to see Machine Guns are getting a 79. Sorry, then that's not my rating. That's not my rating. That's just the way WWE games work. You know it. I know it. Come on, let's not lie.
Not even an 83.
It depends on how they get booked from here to. There's not even time, right? If they're gonna be DLC, then
you gotta go all in.
Sure.
I think maybe 80 at best. I think. Max says with the Bucks off of TV for a while. Does Okada lose his belt? No, absolutely not.
No.
I don't think they're paying way too much.
I'd almost argue because of stuff like that. I'd almost argue they double down on Okada.
Well, because remember too, when they were shredding everything and packing up their stuff, Okada looked very displeased at their decision, and honestly too, he's been a lot of
beaches.
He's been very much the opposite of them in a lot of things. Like they don't want to get involved at all with the Moxley thing. Meanwhile, Okada was right there in the ring, not afraid of flipping everyone.
He was like, "Fuck you guys, all of y'all." I hate this.
Like, I loved that. That made me think, like, wow, Okada is such a Chad. Like, because he knows, we've seen these guys will jump you at any moment. And the fact he was willing to stand there and do that without a care in the world, I thought that looked so good on him.
Because he's not a chicken shit heel. I don't think any of them are chicken shit heels, honestly, the way that they do their matches. They're just like assholes. but they wrestle good.
Right. I'm sure we've seen elements of, the Jacksons or Scapegoat kind of doing some things here and there, but not like completely and totally like Hollywood Hogan would have been. But Okada, we don't see anything like that from him. Unless it's just like a little meme.
He retains all his championship victories with no interference because of the rules of the Continental Classic. So like there's never been bullshit heel stuff except for the time the BCC fucked up was it the Prime match? But that wasn't a title match. That was
right.
And then on the BCC, excuse me, they're the Death Riders.
Death Riders, yeah. But I mean, even then too, like Okada's consistently too with his involvement with the EVPs and the Elite. He's always the type to be like, I don't want anyone there. I got this. I can do this myself.
Max says the argument with Okada has been that he hasn't been the same in America, but he's not supposed to be. He's broke his body in NJPW, time to coast. I wouldn't even argue that it's time to coast. It's like New Japan isn't a weekly television show. You're not expected to wrestle. Well, I mean, they have tours, but the schedule's different. The format.
And everyone pretty much agrees that like the final show isn't the 6-man tag tours you do for the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, and I mean, essentially, you see the same thing on AEW. Like he does the 6-man tags. Like it's just on American TV. So you're looking at it differently. That's always gonna be a weird argument for me because they're still having the 20 and 30-minute Okada epics. Like they're spread apart because that's literally impossible to do on a weekly basis. But they're still happening.
It's one of those things where you realize like people aren't paying attention to how that system works. So all they know is that like once a month they got to watch this big Okada match, but they've only watched the big Okada match and then the next big Okada match.
Yeah.
So all they're seeing is, well, he just successively has the big match. Right? Isn't he constantly having the big match here? Like that's not how TV works.
Yeah. Right. Even then, tonight they aired a video for him that felt like they were moving on from the Elite because the Bucks are gone, and he's just gonna be Okada because the tournament is coming up, and there's like the Bucks are out of the way, the Continental Classic is coming up in 2 weeks. There's no frills right now. It's about to be tournament Okada time. That's what the video kind of was implying. So
he said he was going to be better than Mr. G1 Masahiro Chono.
He said,
and that
who's
Masahiro
that?
Chono
who?
is not the international star that he is.
He said Okada is Japan's greatest export. And how the fuck you gonna tell me that that's not true?
Tony Schiavone is seething at anyone saying who to Chono.
But Okada is still part of the Elite. Like he's not out of the group because Kenny's coming. And I'm very, very certain like that's the all-in match. There's no way they're
Canada's greatest export? No.
Canada's greatest export versus Japan's greatest export in America's belly button, Texas.
Oh my god.
100% the fucking all-in. I don't know if it should be the main event. Should be the main event. It's like fucking
I don't think so.
Kazuchika Okada.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's also
depends on how you build it.
Right. I think you should have a world title main event like that's separate from that. But that should be like
especially all in.
Yeah. Y'all in. Excuse me.
Y'all in. Yes.
Y'all in.
Y'all in.
Tickets are on sale soon. I was like,
out.
fuck. Right before Christmas. You sons of bitches. That's gonna be my gift. Fuck that.
That's dirty.
I don't got money to do more than one. It comes out the day after my son's birthday. And so that'd be birthday. Haha, boom, let's go. Easy peasy. Y'all in.
Stupid.
You should go. You guys should meet me there. You got a long fucking time to save up. We should go to Y'all in.
Let's go to Y'all in, fellas. I'll start walking there right now.
It's not going to sell out immediately. They got fucking, 40,000 seats or something like that. I don't even know what the arena is. I just know it's in Texas. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I have friends.
Globe Life Field in Arlington, Texas.
They'll house me.
I like that. Like the cover for it, the logo is a giant belt buckle.
But y'all in this? What else is there? It's either that. It's gonna be either that or the propane grill.
I'm actually kind of surprised they did not go with the easy route and actually do like a Texas Rangers themed
That's what
fucking
everybody does.
logo.
What is it? What is it? A fucking cowboy hat?
No, it's not a cowboy hat. God.
I'm surprised they didn't do a cowboy hat. I'm surprised there's no, get the horns
No,
up
the
there.
belt buckle works. I used to live in Texas. That's a real thing. And the boots with the spurs, they do that for real.
I
With
used
the
to
Spurs.
live in
With the
Texas.
spurs.
Oh my
The whole
god.
crowd was
It
left
should just be a
away.
big gun. That's what Max
He
said.
shot a six. She shot a
It
six.
should just be a big gun.
It's just a
Texas.
6-shooter. It's a pair of chaps.
Oh my god.
The chaps make the A and all in.
That shit is
Oh
real.
no.
That shit is really, really do that.
Oh, and they use the 6-shooters to make the L's.
Yo, ta-ta.
Y'all.
Oh shit. Fucking Yosemite Sam. I'm down. There was some bigger news earlier this week where Baron
Was there? Yes.
Corbin was informed that his contract would not be extended. And then Indy Hartwell and Tegan Knox were released. And, they got the 90-day joint going. Fightful reported it, right? And they used the word departure. They're departing WWE.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, what is that? Like, why? What's with the new terminology? Like, that sounds like WWE PR, trying to change the way that these releases sound. Fightful claims that they did it on their own. I don't know. It's weird that would have. It seems like nothing, right? Like, it's just the word departures, but it does feel like it's meant to soften a blow.
Yeah.
Like, right?
It's not as harsh as released from the contract.
It's to the point where I just went back to the article and they changed the wording. And
Did they at least get best of luck in future endeavors?
They got called out, and they did not get best of luck in future endeavors.
Dang.
But Baron Corbin didn't get renewed. Indy Hartwell and Tegan Knox gone, and those were the only 3 people released. That seems like a real specific. Like,
That's far,
we
yeah.
need to clear up this specific amount of money on the budget.
That's such a
That's so fucked up. I'm not laughing at somebody losing their job, but it's like so weird.
It's the random absurdity of those 3 were the ones where okay, they fit the bill for whatever it is that they're. And I remember too when Indy got cut, I forgot that SmackDown was getting pre-taped, and that was when she just tweeted what. And it's kind of like a joke to the news about it, and I was like, "What does that mean?" And then all of a sudden, I saw her answering the challenge, the tag team match challenge with Chelsea, or not Chelsea.
Was she dressed up as Chelsea that night?
That was Halloween.
That was Halloween, yeah. And I just remember seeing Indy there. I was like, Indy? And I messaged our SmackDown recap group chat. Go check out the SmackDown recap show every Friday night. And I was just so blown away because I was like, wait, no. Did they just try to rectify this out of nowhere? But then we found out it was a pre-tape. So it's WWE doing that thing again where they don't care. And then Baron Corbin, we had the reports that he just did Netflix promos a few days prior.
They had him. Mac brought it up too in the comments. They had Baron Corbin shoot a commercial with Netflix just a few days before he got not renewed, and that is just one hand not knowing what the other's doing. That's like the department that books that kind of shit, not knowing that he was gonna get fired.
WCW thing I've ever heard. And remember too, Corbin, it's not like that was just a one-off thing. He constantly is a part of a lot of those speaking events, and he goes around to different either talking with publications, or he's just been a long-time company guy, and Vince has always entrusted him in that role in particular. So with the new regime, it's kind of wild to see just the faith in him that's diminished.
Yeah it's we were talking before about him and saying that it seemed like they were waiting for his contract to expire, and that's absolutely what they were waiting to do. I'm sad that was a true prediction because I felt like he still had some left in him. Now, I don't know if Baron Corbin has a career outside of WWE. He said some things that make me think that he won't want to, but now that you have no choice, right? What else are you gonna fucking do?
I think Mac even mentioned on the SmackDown recap that Corbin just did a dark match on that show that Indy was on that aired right after their release.
I'm sorry, I just saw your shower sex meme.
Oh my god!
I missed everything you said. I got so distracted.
something. Baron Corbin was in a dark match on that show that Indy Hartwell was on, and then they found out they were cut from the roster
together. Oh my god! I don't know. Listen, that sucks because I think that Indy is on a work visa. Oh gosh, why is your mic keep picking up every single breath you take, Greg? I hate your
every breath you take.
Oh, there was a yawn. Oh, that's hard. We're in the middle of the show.
I've been up since 8 a.m. I will not hear your bullshit.
Yeah, that's Indy's on a work visa, so I feel like once you get fired, like now you have to situate yourself in America, and she's got a girlfriend, like she's got a whole life, so that sucks.
Yeah,
Baron Corbin, if he should fucking wrestle. He's honestly a better wrestler than people give him credit for.
Honestly,
do you remember when WWE made him a scapegoat for their bad booking? And then hung him out to dry, and everyone just believed like this Baron Corbin sucks.
I never understood that because everyone had followed suit, and it's like y'all know he has zero power over absolutely anything on the show. That's not true.
That was a storyline. The general manager doesn't do anything.
That was one of the few instances in that era of WWE booking correctly working.
No, but it was funny because they were booking the show like shit, and like people were calling them out, and they were like, Baron Corbin, for booking the show like shit, you're fired. And everyone's like, yeah. And the McMahons are like, we're gonna change for you. And it didn't happen. They didn't change.
No changes.
There's no change, and people blamed Baron Corbin.
I never understood it because everyone really liked him too when he was the Lone Wolf.
Mac brings up another funny Corbin story where Baron Corbin got his Money in the Bank opportunity taken from him because he spoke up against a fucking CTE expert who came to talk to the locker room. Yes, Baron Corbin, the former football player, is absolutely the person whose opposing opinion you want to hear about CTE. I want to introduce you to a movie called Concussion, starring Will Smith. Crazy stuff. But yeah, a lot of wrestlers don't believe in CTE. That's honestly disappointing, but also exactly what you would expect to hear from someone with CTE. I'm just
exactly
saying.
What the CTE would make them say.
That's exactly what the CTE would want you to think.
Oh my
god. What? Anyway, yeah. No, honestly, again, not laughing at Baron Corbin losing his job, laughing at these Baron Corbin situations. I always see him.
He gets Cena'd too.
I always see him on Instagram. Like, sometimes you think the Baron Corbin versus the indie guys or versus the Smarks thing is a work. And then he's on Instagram on his off time, like genuinely responding to like burying Smarks. Like, go away. Like, anyway, I hope he finds himself in indie wrestling just so I can be like, you had to do it. Man. So beyond that, we also had a story of which we had talked about, I think, last year, where Jacob Fatu got involved with the charity, and then what did he do? He canceled, right? He couldn't make it, and so they lost out.
They seem to claim he ghosted or no showed.
Yeah, they paid him to be there, and he couldn't make it, and he kept the money.
Never paid back the money.
But the guy goes on Reddit, and they asked him if he responded, if he ever returned the money. And the dude said, "Hello, I'm the one who originally posted about it. My wife worked for the nonprofit at the time, Jake's Network of Hope in Appleton, Nina." Excuse me? Appleton, Nina, Wisconsin. These are the people that they let vote. No, unfortunately, he did not pay the charity back. And so it turns out that that's not fucking true at all. He paid them back um earlier this year in June. He made a full
Right.
payment. And of course, because he was getting that WWE money, he had no problem paying that back. And they actually say that in May, the statement that they released, in May, Jacob Fatu reached out with a heartfelt apology, initiating a meaningful dialogue that allowed us to work together with all parties involved to find solutions that fully resolve the matter. What the AI fuck is this? All he did was pay you back money that he owed you. What meaningful dialogue comes from this?
None.
Anyway, get the fuck out. I'm not reading this AI statement. You just ruined the whole fucking thing for me.
The flow's gone. We're
Get
done.
the fuck out of here. Anyway, he paid them back, and they released a statement patting themselves on the back. Yay! Your guy is the one who lied in the first place. Get the fuck on out of here.
We missed
Nah.
it.
Jake's Network of Hope. Yo.
Network of Hope.
What are they even? What is their charity for? Hold on, because I'm gonna bust it open and find out they keep all the money. Nah,
There's a lot of them that do that.
nah, it's for babies, I think. It's
Jake's
for
Network
babies.
of Hope is a non-profit organization that provides hygiene products, and essential daily living items to people of all ages.
Oh, they lying. That sounds way too general. we provide hygiene products to people. Yeah. All right.
That is
Hygiene
correct.
products, hygiene products, and essential daily items.
Yeah. Okay.
That just at first made me think of like George Costanza and the Human Fund.
We're here for humans.
A donation has been made in your name to the Human Fund. I like this comment on the Squared Circle Reddit from shout out to Darker Knight 40. I mean, Jay said there was a reason the bloodline stayed away from him.
They were thugs, he said.
Those.
That storyline's going pretty well. It's finally moving anyway. The bloodline versus the bloodline, or the bloodline versus the Crip line. For war games heading
Fortnite
into
can't keep
Survivor
getting away
Series,
with this. Someone's gonna get shot.
they are looping Sami Zayn back into it like we hoped. They're taking a long way around, but that's just what that's just wrestling.
Well, remember too, two of the integral people to WWE's creative team, especially those working on the Bloodline storyline, Bruce Pritchard and Michael Hayes, are currently on leaves of absence due to personal issues.
I forgot that. You're right. Everybody was like, of all the people to both go on a leave of absence at the same time. And honestly,
with the rumors that Vince is having this new startup out of nowhere.
Honestly, that made people think that, they're going to join Vince's startup. But no, it's just coincidence. They had shit going on. I don't know, but still, who knows?
That tweet came up on another chat, and they were just like, "Oh, it looks like somebody got subpoenaed." I was like, "What?"
Huh? So, Dustin Rhodes' contract with AEW is up.
Wow.
It has been up though, and he hasn't left. So, what are you like? He's still there, so like I don't know what to make of that. I hope that he sticks around, but I also wonder why wouldn't he have re-signed by now? His contract allegedly expired at the end of September, and he has not wrestled for the company since then, despite being Ring of Honor tag team and 6-man tag team.
Yeah, I was gonna say, does he still hold two of their titles? Which, by that same token, we haven't seen the Von Erich brothers in a while either.
Fightful confirmed the negotiations between the two sides were ongoing, but they claimed nothing was done. He has wrestled more matches in 2024 than any year he's had since 2020.
You so low.
And here's to hoping. He's been integral part of helping their women's division apparently. So that's there. But
remember when he was on his retirement tour, but then Sting had to retire?
Never mind. You know what he's doing though? He's waiting to see if WWE has a deal for him.
Of course.
I wouldn't mind another final run for Goldust.
Yeah, but does Goldust actually get a run? No, he gets a cameo in a Cody story. At best.
Family.
Uh,
Do you know
It's
who
about-
his father was?
It's about family.
He gets electrocuted again, so we get the stutter returning.
he gets to bring Cody the fucking the Stardust costume. You want to wear this? No.
Oh my god.
No.
Why did the
I'm past
bloodline
that
just
now.
bring in Terry Reynolds?
Oh shit!
Damn, that's right. She's still around, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she
Oh,
is.
that's creepy.
Oh fuck! Jeez, you people are brutal. What the fuck? Greg, just fucking what did Terry do to you?
I know she's on a couple of the like legacy and like legend shows they've done.
Solo's bloodline.
Mm.
Thank you, Hassan. Thank you so
Salute
much.
to you, Hassan.
Salute to you. But yeah, man, there was one other thing I wanted to talk about, the Hurt business. No,
The Hurt Syndicate.
Syndicate.
Hurt Syndicate.
And they look
Excuse
great
me.
in their
their
suits,
gold
black and
ties.
gold. Yeah.
We did the we had them and Swerve, Bobby Lashley versus Swerve confirmed for Full Gear. Full Gear is gonna be another Full Gear is gonna be another pay-per-view. Another AEW pay-per-view that slaps. That's the thing about AEW that always keeps me there. Those goddamn pay-per-views. They taste
They're always great.
taste so fucking good. It's the weekly show that sometimes has me punching myself in the face. What are we doing? You could have done this so much better. But anyway, it is what it is. I feel like that's most of the things we kind of speed ran through. Oh fuck, the goddamn New Japan. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Wrestle
New Japan has
Kingdom
begun to set up their Wrestle Kingdom card.
and Wrestle Dynasty.
Yes.
We got
We are in
Kenny
November.
Omega. That's the big one. Kenny Omega returns to the ring. Finally,
If cleared.
if cleared.
Mhm.
But it was heavily implied. I
That's
feel like heavily implied that he comes back in New Japan though. His first appearance returning is not on a Dynamite or anything. It's on a New Japan show, and apparently that made some people backstage at AEW feel funny. But
Suck it.
yeah, like shut the fuck up, and then to go run to the sheets like why didn't he show up in AEW for like you cocksucker.
How about you
Like-
get booked to Japan and shut the fuck up?
How about you beat Kenny Omega? You can't. Nobody can.
Who you ever beat?
Who feels the type of way about that? Anyway, it's
Malachi
also
Black.
building to it's also building to a joint AEW New Japan shows. What the fuck?
Exactly. It's still a part of things.
Anyway, he comes back in New Japan. Big deal. Comes back with the Devil Sky theme. It was fucking cool. Happy to see that. He says he wants to face a younger talent, New Japan talent, so that throws away any of the tag team stuff, which I feel like they were setting up just in case he couldn't go with a full singles match.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And then they realized that he could, so they were like, let's fucking go.
No need for the fail safe anymore.
Kenny Omega then goes backstage and he gets attacked by Gabe Kidd.
Mhm.
And they brawl and they start a program, and there'll probably be the match at Wrestle Dynasty. But the funny thing is the interview that he gives afterwards to Tokyo Sport, which I can't fucking find, and I've been pulling up. But he said something to the effect of it reminded him of another person in a locker room that came up to him and said, and that person also didn't. That person has also said many disrespectful things about AEW. And I was like, oh, interesting. Because I kind of thought Kenny and CM Punk were more cordial. But I guess in the time since then, CM Punk has said quite a few more things about AEW that I imagine maybe Kenny Omega didn't agree with. But I thought it was interesting that he referenced Braun, like of all people, Kenny. Okay, shit.
He's definitely the one that can get away with it.
He said, okay, I got the quote. He says, I immediately remember the incident that happened to AEW. I won't say his name, but I thought that Gabe was unfit to be a professional, just like that guy. He said a lot of bad things about AEW, but that's irrelevant now. For now, I can't
Just
trust
like that
Gabe.
guy.
He said this to Tokyo Sports, so he probably said it in Japanese too. It came off hard as fuck. But I was like,
I
oh
remember
shit.
too, President Tanahashi providing a deeply personal apology to AEW and Kenny Omega.
That's right. He said, I'm not the vice president of New Japan, and I needed to protect my own safety. And I heard a lot of rumors about Gabe, so I felt it was dangerous. But in
The
the
biggest
end,
difference, President Tanahashi stepping up like an actual boss.
right? No, that was honestly really funny though. Cool stuff. I'm glad Kenny Omega's back. It's just it caught me off guard, and I know that he's working, so like it doesn't really matter. But it was also a really interesting thing to say because it's fucking true. Max says Kenny's first appearance back when he came on the suit and got beat up. Oh, that's right. He did get beat up by the Elite on Dynamite.
Right in the
diverticulitis.
He was like,
my
"Yeah, man,
diverticulitis.
I might never wrestle again." And they were like, "You damn fucking right."
I was like, that was the idea.
So yeah, they're built into that Jack Perry match, or they were. I'm not sure if this Young Bucks thing was a pivot. It feels like it might be.
Did Jack Perry escape with them?
No, he was very confused why they were doing that because they he walked in the room. So they lose the tag team titles to Private Party, and that was awesome. So happy for Private Party. And fucking Isaiah Cassidy is on Twitter taking the most New York champion pictures. He's got a champion. He's got a picture with the belt by Mr. Softy. He's got a picture. He took it to the club. He took it to the regular New York club too, where they, the bottle girls come out with the sign. It says Isaiah's new champion. He took it to the hood, took it back to the hood. It's an incredible thing to see. I'm really happy for them. They've got main storylines set up too. They didn't just throw in the belts. They got given the belt and they immediately set them up for something called tag team, some fucking series of matches that I don't know the gimmick name of. Tag series, something cool that they're very they're attached to. They had like a big promo where the whole tag division comes out, and it's good. I'm so fucking happy to finally see this for them.
The tag team contender series.
There we go. Interesting. But Greg, are you asleep on camera? We can't do that. Wait, they don't understand that you've been awake. Give me a second. No.
What's happening? I'm scared.
We're almost done. But yeah, so the Young Bucks lose the belts, and then Jack Perry runs to the back, and he finds them shredding paperwork and telling him, "We're leaving. We're leaving right now. Right fucking now." They run up out of the building, and Christopher Daniels is like, "Hey, bro, what are you doing? Stop!" And they fucking get the fuck out of my face, and they leave. We're not coming back. Apparently,
they left their boxes of shoes behind that Brandon Cutler was holding.
And Brandon Cutler. And it turns out the reason they were running was because they knew what was coming. The Death Riders were going to kill them. The Death Riders were coming. And so the idea is that they were written off of TV for now. And I was like, damn, that feels a bit like a pivot. But that whole 20-con takeover thing was a bust. And unfortunately, it was a good way to get Jack Perry back on TV, but the storyline didn't pay off and nothing even happened. So, it is what it is. Tony did get the cool moment with the fucking thing on NFL Network. Remember to remember.
I did not catch that.
That's right, they did.
It's subtle. I like it.
Wherever they can.
That's very funny.
I like it.
I think we talked last week about did we talk last week about Davey Boy Smith Jr. winning the Triple Crown?
No, because that just happened. Davey Boy Smith Jr. Triple Crown champion. Got a shout out from Kobashi himself afterwards.
Yes, he
that
did.
would have been more.
Yes, he did.
That would have been more than the belt to me. That would have been like that's the win. That's the win.
Can I just wear this tweet around my waist?
I will. I'm gonna get it made into shirts and hats and fucking frame it. You think? Get the fuck out of here! Hell yeah! Actually, that's gonna be the first piece of merch I put out as champion. You don't need nothing else. Get out of here!
I'm not right on the title.
I'm not the least bit surprised that he thanked. I'm not the least bit surprised that he thanked Johnny Ace. One, because Davey Boy Smith Jr. is kind of a weirdo. Two, Johnny probably got him that job.
Yeah,
That's true.
that's true. Actually, he probably set him on the path.
Yeah.
And in all Japan specifically.
Yes, specifically.
Yeah,
He's definitely been someone that's tried looking out for him. I mean, I think that was one of the major people involved with getting him that second run with WWE that completely fizzled out.
Probably,
it's just like it's just like the people who still thank Vince. I mean, you gotta you just gotta understand. And I mean, you kind of
they're established relationships.
You want them to be smart. You want them to do what you would do, right? I guess like if you believe that you wouldn't publicly thank somebody who's currently dealing with something like that, then that's what you would do, right? But I like to believe that I know that everybody else wouldn't do that. When fucking Mick Foley, like nicest guy in fucking wrestling history, is like, yeah, but I love Vince. And you can't just turn on Mick Foley now. You just gotta be like, you know what? I see that you love him.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the same thing's gonna be with Johnny Ace. Johnny Ace for Davey Boy Smith.
Although at first I remember people just saying like, it came off like he only said Johnny at first, the way people were talking about it, and I was just like, is he thanking Johnny Smith, the one All Japan guy from the family?
I forgot that Harry Smith threw coffee on Jake Roberts' Mac.
That is a story I forgot as well.
That's fucking gangster. No, he's an old fuck. But this was 3 years ago only. Damn, Jake was dying by then.
But I mean,
he fucking died now.
Listen, if you defending your daddy, then by all means, I don't I can't get involved in that.
By this math,
yeah.
If it was just 3 years ago and he threw the coffee on Jake Roberts because Jake said something about his dad on Roddy Piper's podcast, and Roddy Piper's been dead for a long time.
That's been simmering like the coffee was.
I mean, let's be fair though. Like, you hold grudges, John. You may not have seen Jake in a long time, but all of a sudden, y'all at the same convention.
Damn, you're right. I do hold grudges, and I don't let them go. I don't know how, but the police were looking for him, Max says, and Jake was gonna press charges, but Harry apologized. Funny stuff. That's our All Japan Pro Wrestling Triple Crown champion, baby.
Yeah, right,
speaking of British Bulldogs, I was just thinking about this earlier. Where's Tommy Billington been?
That's a good question.
Did they sign him?
They announced like he got some sort of like a small term contract at least, but
it didn't work out.
I don't know, because his last I'm on Cage match. His last match for AEW was All in London, the 16-man dark match.
Oh no,
or pre-show match on 0 Hour, and then he did one match in Canada for WPW, October 24th.
Oh, so that sounds like a him thing.
Yeah, so it's like a single match since August.
That might be the Tommy Billington issue. I was about to blame Tony Khan. Like, that motherfucker better go take a nap.
But I swear we talked about it on here before that he got signed.
We did. That's
why it was like around the time of the Von Erichs.
Yeah, that's why I was like,
Mac Burns Mac is continuing to sell stories of Harry Smith, the coffee dowser.
He said he was looking to do it on Scott Hall too.
Oh man,
where's Scott Hall now? He's already dead.
Ready or not? Here I come.
He's drugging on you instead.
In stories, in other stories from a few more, some more unfortunate Japanese professional wrestling happenings. New Japan attempted to book a few angles for their two big main events coming up for Wrestle Kingdom and Wrestle Dynasty. One involved the return to New Japan Pro Wrestling of Ricochet, who came out to challenge who was it?
Zack Sabre Jr., the world champion.
Zack Sabre Jr. for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Ricochet was then attacked. Ricochet was then attacked by Shota Umino.
Yeah.
The shooter, Shota Umino. and then challenged Zack Sabre Jr. himself, although no date was specifically named,
They confirmed. They
and
did confirm
apparently was
afterwards.
booed by the live crowd.
No, it wasn't apparently. It was bad. I was honestly
I say
surprised
apparently
watching
because I
the
didn't
clip.
see it myself.
The clip was it was bad. It was reminiscent of Naito
Of
in
Naito?
2012, 12, 13? 13.
I
2013.
I got big Naito energy when I heard the story.
It kills me because this is a result of their incompetence
Poor booking.
when it comes to booking any of the fucking quote supposed new Three Musketeers. Like they've dropped the ball on all of them.
In their defense, I believe they rejected that moniker immediately.
No, but that's true. But the idea that New Japan earmarked them as the next generation and still didn't know how to get there? What the flipping fuck?
Yes.
So they made it real bad for them, and it's not working out. But I mean, usually at this point, at least in Japan, this is where you start to see change, and this might be a good thing for him after the Wrestle Kingdom, and they shit all over him.
Speaking of change in New Japan, just 4 guys now.
That's right. Sonata fucking joined the Bullet Club. What is going on? I don't want to watch this.
So I meant to text this to you, John, and I wanted to know what your thoughts were on it.
I hate
it. No, hear me out. I cannot help but feel like throwing Sonata on the Bullet Club was basically their vote of no confidence on Sonata. Like, we are done pushing you.
It's kind of how it feels, right? Like, this is it. You're going into this is it for you. We're done.
You're going into the Bullet Club grinder machine, and you're going to sell us merch, but nothing else.
Max says that Shota also said on the show that he doesn't agree with Moxley. He wants to fight Moxley because he believes he can fix him. If you want to fix Shota, if you want to fix the shooter, then you should probably have Moxley mug him and just like they should beat the shit out of him, and then he should learn that. Wait a minute, I think I want to be with these guys because they're cool.
No, but I think he's saying Shota believes he can fix Mox.
Yeah, he thinks he can fix Mox, and he should realize that he's the one who needs to be fixed. It's actually a really easy story to tell.
I'm
he
not
just
sure
has to
if the
get run
Japanese
over.
would jump on that one, but
He sucks. Japanese love Moxley. Moxley's not some foreign entity. He was their champion like for fucking 3-4 months ago.
I had that very argument when people were like trying to parade Moxley off to me as like, isn't he the fucking foreign heel entity? I was like, that's not how that goddamn works over there.
Yeah, they're not like this outsider. They're like, yeah, Moxley's with us. This is awesome.
They were compounding that bullshit over all the comments from the wrestlers about like the people Moxley was defending the belt against in AEW.
Oh my gosh,
They're like, why are these AEW guys getting a shot? And they made that out to be Moxley is the evil outsider heel. I'm just like, that's not how it works there. Moxley's actually very popular in Japan. What the fuck are you talking about?
Celebrity over there.
Yeah,
like,
I think
you don't know what you're talking about.
That makes it sound like it's gonna be Shooter versus Moxley at Wrestle Dynasty, and honestly, that's a big match. I'm at the Dome too. Yep. Interesting that this is how we got here, but like, I feel like we could have had a little more meat to that, and there's still time. But we'll see. I imagine Shooter showing up on AEW TV, being like, "What is going on? This is not the Moxley I knew." That would work better with a pre-taped Japanese promo because he is, see, English is probably second or third or fourth language. But
the Buckaroos are still scheduled for a tag match at Wrestle Dynasty.
That's right. So they won't be gone for too long.
Yeah,
they'll be back.
Also, I guess we're done with Wrestle Kingdom. Oh no! I also wanted to talk about how disappointed I was in the booking of Yoda who got fucking relegated to this piece of shit IWGP Global Title match with David Goddamn Finlay, a tornado of charisma and interest.
he was the one that I thought was guaranteed. I thought he
Yeah.
could have been world champion like when he fought Naito.
Right.
And they were like, no, he's not ready yet. And now he's
There was
now he'll
a
never be
point
ready.
where I thought Yoda was the guy.
I'm saying literally just earlier this year. And here we are. It's a bunch of ass over in New Japan going on. But the card for these Wrestle Kingdom Dynasty shows for the Tokyo Dome duo shows, it's looking fun. I'm excited for 2 nights overnight. That's gonna be rough on us as a podcast that has to cover things like that.
God, it is.
Holy shit! Oh my god, that means
more
watch-alongs. Fuck, because we can't do post shows for that. That's horrifying.
Hey guys, it's 7 o'clock in the morning. Let's talk about Wrestle Kingdom.
It's just 3 people sleeping on stream. Sleepathon. How many fucking how many subscribers can we get?
January 4th and 5th are Saturday and a Sunday, and I will be working that night too. So
man.
That blows. But give me a second. Is that
I remember last year I was gonna be a part of it, and I ended up getting sick like right up to when it happened too, and I was all ready to go.
Donate.
I showed you guys the drawer in the fridge.
Keep yourself in a fucking bubble because I need friends this year.
Also, we learned today, John, that Noah will be sending one of their guys.
They already did out of nowhere.
Down to the Noah is sending one of their guys over to the WWE to spend some time in the Performance Center and I guess potentially on the NXT program. I don't know.
I would imagine. Like, here's the thing about WWE that's so like petty, right? Like, they brought this guy from Noah and never mentioned him once on the big TV show, and only announced him on social media, and nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
What kind of asshole shit is that?
There was easily time during NXT that they could have mentioned that.
They sent NXT guys over there, and they treated them with the utmost respect. They put him in the N1. This motherfucker came to NXT and got sent to the PC on social media. He's disgusting.
Not only did they get treated with the utmost respect, but Tavion Heights had such a performance that Muda was just like, "Do you want to stay?
I'll keep him."
I'm just saying, dog. Like, you don't have to go back.
He just got better and better after every performance. And then where's he been?
He was on a segment today with Regal.
In the background.
As nothing. To be fair, WWE hasn't had any type of excursion since what, like 40 years ago?
And they don't know how to.
They don't know how to. They're not used to it.
Who's the guy?
Tavion Heights beat Keno, one of their GHC heavyweight champions.
Hey, he can't get on TV against Lexus King. Bro, but they're gonna tell you this is great. This is excellent.
Well, see, that's probably for the best because being in the ring with Lexus King will probably just expose Tavion Heights for not being able to carry him.
Max says he's down for the Wrestle Kingdom watch along. That's awesome. But yeah, that's why the WWE partnerships make me like, ugh. Look how they act, and then the bottom feeding ass fucking fan base is like, yeah, bro, look at what they're doing. This is so cool. They suck my whole asshole. They just that's some bullshit what they did right there. They could have played that same video on television. It's only 30 seconds long. Whatever, bro. Maybe they haven't given him his new name yet. He's not supposed to get when it's an excursion.
That's bullshit. They said Muda became Muda over here.
Fuck, you're right.
That's bullshit.
God damn it.
The precedents.
They like those trademarks. But that's us, man. That is us. That's DirtSheetRadio. A shorter version this week, even though we did talk about all the things. We pretty much
one day we'll do the New Year's special that I've been wanting to do forever.
It has to be at New Year's, but preferably pre-taped. We just air it at midnight to coordinate.
It's very
Also,
difficult to
someone-
figure it out because logistically speaking, there's a few things that would easily get the stream pulled if you
Oh,
watch it
fuck.
correctly.
Someone at Reality of Wrestling has been ID'd. Is it Zilavatu? Tune in and
shit.
find out.
Oh no.
Is it? Oh, that's right. WWE's ID program. Yeah. I got a lot of things to say about that I'm going to hold on till next week where we talk
Really?
about the first ID the first ID signee.
Talent?
Yeah.
Well, that they
It's all
revealed,
eyeballs.
yeah.
That they revealed. Yeah, because you would presume they have a fucking
They seem to
Cool.
have a few.
The sheet
Yeah.
ready to go.
They put number 20 up 5 days ago, but it's just a pair of eyes.
Eyeballs.
balls. Just balls.
Mahoney. He's back.
Oh no. From
Hey,
the dead?
Yep.
Oh, fuck, Nick.
Hologram balls Mahoney.
Nah. Hey, listen, man. Thanks you guys for joining us. This weekend we don't have any pay-per-views, so we're good. 1 year anniversary of the video expansion coming up. I'm gonna figure out a way to commemorate that.
By the way, sorry, because I just looked at it here.
He's not.
Despite
sorry.
the fact that they did not give a date, yeah, they did make Shota and Zack Sabre official for Wrestle Kingdom.
That's what I said when you were talking.
I wasn't sure. I thought you were just running with like the obvious answer.
No, they confirmed him for Wrestle Kingdom and Ricochet for Wrestle Dynasty.
Okay, and
Which kind of gives away the show result. Like, but-
and much to my disappointment, apparently TJP will be wrestling Takeshita.
oh, but that's not on Wrestle Dynasty. Thankfully,
No, it's not.
Just
It's not
on
on
a-
Wrestle Dynasty. It's just
Bro,
on
when
the
I saw
fucking
that-
LA show nobody cares about.
when I saw that
You
graphic, I was like,
dab on it.
"Fuck off." But I guess it's because of the United Kingdom problems that they're having. So I was like, I didn't even know y'all still liked each other.
There's
Whatever.
United Kingdom problems.
Yeah, Takeshita and the Don Callis family
Oh,
jumped
that
Will
United
Ospreay,
Kingdom.
and
That,
they,
that United Kingdom. I
he
thought
took
you
Will
meant the real
Ospreay's
one.
twink. He took his
I
whole
was
twink.
thinking- I thought it was the real United
Oh, yeah?
Kingdom.
He took a whole twink with him. You can't just. No, Kyle's a big boy now. He's very thick.
Big
Oh,
pool.
twink.
No, Mac, don't ever be sorry, man. We be working and making money, man. That's what we're doing here. Except no money yet. We'll get there. I swear to God, we'll get there. I'm not even religious. I'll find a God. I'll swear to each one that you bring to
I'll
me.
pick whichever one makes me most financially gainful.
No, the big one, the belly one. He's the money guy, right?
The Buddha?
What?
Yes. No. Fucking fortune and good luck. The motherfucker's made of gold.
I was just thinking big money person. I'm thinking of that one entity in Baldur's Gate 3 that's in the Toll House.
No,
I didn't want to say the name because that's when you get people really angry. But yeah, man, thank you for joining us tonight. It was fun. I'm glad. This was 1 hour and 17 minutes after 2 hours and 8 minutes. So we're cheering for streaming the shit out of you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We got another 5-hour podcast right after this.
God
right.
damn.
It's all about how John is ready for Mina.
I've been ready for Mina since the day I laid eyes on her.
John
Hey,
was
man.
smitten once he saw that Japanese woman dancing to Daran Zakura.
Like,
No,
that's
it sounds like a joke, but I legitimately the first day I saw her, I was like, "Who is this? She's got so much charisma." I want to fucking dance. Yeah, no, I'll drop a graphic on us for the video, folks, and I'll tell the